World's Strongest Hustler, King Bumpeveli Johnson, Bang Bang TV. I'm here with my guy, Mr. Everyday. We on Past Life Radio. Welcome to the next level. Bang Bang. You know what I'm saying?
So what you trying to do and who you really want to be? Everybody wants a shot to be the top in this industry. So what you trying to do and who you really want to be? Everybody wants a shot to be the top in this industry. I follow me, never walk in another man's shoes. Fake we good when you know we ain't brothers. I set my goals, aim high. I'm shooting for the sky, and I'm never giving up or quitting till the day I die. Seen a lot of them come and a lot of them go. The pedigree.
Yo, we got King Bumpeveli in the building. We need that applause. We need that applause.
World's Strongest in the building.
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I see you over there. Thank you.
So it's been a long time coming, man.
Facts.
You know, this interview is gonna be I don't want to say the more in depth because I know like you just really started getting out because you're usually in front. You know,
I'm usually doing the interviewing, right?
So I wanted people to kind of know more, about who you were, from the ground up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So let's go all the way back to the origin.
No problem.
Where are you born and originally raised?
You want to try to bring me back to my flat top days and all that. I got you trying to bring me the half moon hour.
That's what we're doing.
Nah.
That's what we're doing today.
Born and raised in the South Bronx, you know what I'm saying? That's where I came up at. My mom's in them from England. My pops in them from Honduras.
I didn't know your mom's was from England.
My mom's from London, England.
Okay.
Born and raised. You know
so that's why you were speaking on Shorty from
yeah, that's why I wanted to say I was interested to see what she had because anything that's English, you just automatically
so how did your father meet your mother being that she was from England? Did she come to the States? How that work out?
So they both foreign. My pop's from Honduras. My mom's English. They go into school together. Became best friends. Hung out a lot, because they had the foreign thing going on. Yeah. And they were really close. We became real good friends, and then friends, what have how it goes, and then then here goes Bump.
Lovers be friends.
You know what I'm saying? They horsed around, horseplay.
Yeah.
He was a horse player.
Yes.
She likes to horse around, and he horsed around. You got the horse player.
And then we got little Bumpeveli.
You got Bumpeveli. You know what I mean?
So did you have more siblings, like brothers and sisters and things like that?
So it's crazy. Like I said, on my mom's side, I'm the oldest of just me and my brother.
Okay.
And on my father's side, I'm the baby. You know what I'm saying? So I got to play. You know what I mean, leader, and so.
Yeah, that's a good dynamic.
Definitely a good dynamic, because, you get to be the leader, and you get to be like, I don't want to be the leader today.
Right, I'll take some direction right now.
Yeah, I'll take some direction. Tell me what to do.
You can pay for that.
Right. But surrounded by a lot of hip-hop, you know what I'm saying, like with all those connections, you know what I mean, my mother being from England, you know what I mean, because with her English roots, my grandfather's Jamaican,
right.
You know what I'm saying, so you had those roots, and then you have the Honduran roots with the Spanish, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Still led back to Caribbean,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Which all still leads back to Europe.
Yeah.
And it just is this big circle.
Yeah, you got a lot going on there.
A lot going on,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm multicultural, and I get to hear and see a part of everything, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so,
Nah, that's lit. So you was originally born where?
In the Bronx.
In the Bronx. So what was it like coming up? What was young Bumpeveli's life like? Being a little guy running around the Bronx, like what was your childhood like? Was mom and dad in the home, or were they? All right,
no. So by the time they had me young.
Okay.
They had me young. So by the time they was probably going into their 20s, it was kind of a wrap.
Right.
You know what I mean? But always seeing my father. He wasn't like, it was like he wasn't there. I didn't have I can't say, guys, forget about my pops and all. I don't know that. I know my pops was there. You know what I'm saying? So I had a
what part of the Bronx?
The South. We was at like 166 Finley Avenue,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 161st in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah. 4 trains,
Bedford, two trains, that whole everything. So and my life is weird because it's like I got to see both ends from both ends.
Right.
So on one end, you get to see all the nice fancy stuff.
Right.
Nice cars, because I'm not gonna tell you, oh, it's crazy my life. No.
Right.
Nice stuff.
Yes.
Beautiful things.
Right.
But on the other side, I get to see the nasty, crazy, you know what I'm saying?
How I grew up too.
Yeah, so it's
balanced.
It's balanced, you know what I mean? So that always kept me definitely balanced into stuff and stuff.
So what did you do? What was school like for you? Like, was it like was you running the streets? Was you like, how was the school situation?
School was dope. I like this. The crazy part was I really like school, you know what I mean? That's where a lot of my talent came at.
Okay.
So I tell my jokes. I get to be myself at school.
So you always been this comedian guy.
I like to tell jokes and get the attention. I can't help it.
Right.
But That's what happens when you have low ADD. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You gotta master that.
You gotta master. You gotta turn it into something.
That's gotta become like a super.
There you go.
Superpower.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I used it a lot. You know, I try not to be too disruptive. I always did it where it made sense. You know what I'm saying? Even with the teachers, and they allowed me to be myself. And school was dope. I didn't have really too many problems with school. I was always alright with school. You know what I mean? Sports was my thing. You know, before it was rapping and all that stuff. Sports was really my thing.
So what sports did you play?
Basketball, football, baseball. You know, Bronx, we do everything. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever play anything organized like in school or anything like that? Or like
I did basketball in school.
For high school or?
I did junior high school a little bit.
Okay.
But I just wasn't tall enough.
Yeah. Especially in the city, man.
Yo, you gotta be tall.
In New York, like dudes be like 6'1" in elementary school.
Yo, I'm telling you, I took a picture with my mans and I'm looking up at the.
Like, is that a 5th grader?
I looked up and I said, what y'all doing?
Yeah, man.
Wait a minute. I know y'all up there, right?
And if you're handling off the chart,
so I didn't even
jump shots from half court.
I tell people I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
The height thing until I noticed the height thing. I'm playing ball, jumping, and like he got ups. I didn't notice that they were tall.
Right.
So when they saying I got ups, I didn't know how short I was, jumping up, grabbing the rebound, shooting, running around, and I'm not noticing how tall they were.
Right.
So it was just always like, I guess after a while, I think I'm gonna be doing this.
Right. Facts.
I think rap sounds good.
Right.
Rap sounds good, right, y'all?
So speaking of rap, like what were some of your early musical influences as far as like that?
You gotta
like,
remember,
and I'm just talking about like music. Before we even get into hip hop specifically, just I'm asking early music.
Oh no, look, I'm telling you, like I said, I came up. So not to be putting my age out there, but I came up in the '80s.
Yeah.
So everything was from reggae. You had. I came with a lot of reggae. You know what I mean? Jazz. You know what I'm saying? All the contemporary, all the Dolly Parton, all that stuff.
I feel like we've gotten it's so less musical now. Like when we like even as hip hop artists, we listen to everything.
Right.
Like the Police.
Right.
Like, you know, like all like everything, like rock to R&B to real R&B to real jazz. I feel like the palette was just so grand.
It was.
And I think like that's why we created hip hop. Using all those musical landscapes.
That we heard and put it together and let everybody
That's why you hear like samples from like Steely Dan and all these other trend-setting like different genres of music. We incorporated every genre. It wasn't nothing safe with hip hop. We was snatching everything.
Sample it right up.
Sample it all.
What's that? Oh, let me sample that.
It could
be, let me use
his
voice.
It could be Chinese music. We
gonna rock with it.
Yeah, we wasn't playing.
No, we didn't play around with it. Came to that.
So I feel like that's good, and I think also that's kind of why like our perspective is a lot different.
The newer kids?
Yeah, the newer generation that's coming out now.
Yeah, because they had the kind of like one-dimensional with it. They're not like spreading out their... But like I always give it to the... I'm sorry. I do always give it to the 80s on that tip. Because they were just more... They were so... Hip-hop wasn't like what it was
It was original.
Yeah, it was original.
Diverse.
But
you could go to a concert and it would be like 4 different types of hip-hop.
That's a fact.
You could have Kid and Play... Public Enemy, KRS-One, and then you would enjoy each set. It wouldn't be like, I only came here to see some hardcore, to see NWA. You could go from NWA to Kwame, to De La Soul, back to KRS, back to PE, back to, and you knew everybody's songs, you knew everybody's set, you just had a great time.
Had a great time.
Yeah, and now it's kind of like if you're not drill music,
then you ain't rocking,
you ain't popping, or
but I mean, and not to go for well, let's just go. Let me just go back though.
Yeah.
So like I was saying, like with the whole 80s thing and being, I just felt like the 80s itself just had more culture to it. You know what I mean? More art, more. You know what I mean? You have Andy Warhol. You had certain things, certain elements in the 80s that's not there.
Right.
That left the 90s. You know what I mean? And forward on. You know what I'm saying? So I got to be more cultured. My mom's like, so she's from England. So
right.
She's telling me Andy Warhol. I'm like, I don't know what that is, but she showed me what he looks like. I know what he looks like. I know who he is. Basquiat. I don't know. Okay, the guy with the weird hair. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. So like, I just felt like the 80s was more cultured. You know what I'm saying? Especially then you had the gods, and you had a lot of more stuff back then that I had substance to. You know what I'm saying? That I was able to. And then you had, especially when you had the gods and you had other stuff and child prodigies and things like words like that being thrown around in the 80s. It was just more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then it just, I feel like I just watched it dwindle away as we kind of went. I'm not gonna say dwindle away. I'm using the wrong words. I just say we just were more into the the street action. That we wanted to just see the action. That's what it just said. We just wanted to see the action. By the time the 90s came, we just wanted to hear about the action. We just wanted to hear about the drama and the streets.
It started to get more intense.
Right. We didn't want to hear the story on how they got there. We just want to just.
Right.
You know
Gangster was in full bloom by then.
I'm telling you, man, 95, 6.
Gangster was in full bloom by then.
It was over.
Yeah,
man.
it was. Over. So who inspired you in the rap game? Matter of fact, let's go past and current.
Once again, like I said, being in the 80s, you know, you got the KRS-Ones, you know what I mean? You got the Canes, you got the Cool G Raps, you know, you got the MC Lights for me, Queen Latifah's, you know, Moni Love, Slick Ricks, you know, got all that, and then all the way through, and then the present, you know, what kind of brought me back. I'm not gonna front on these guys. I don't care what nobody say. The Griselda guys from Buffalo really like woke me back up of recent, because they're not young boys. You know what I mean? They are older. They're a little older. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then they stuck with the sound and the beats, and it just had me and it was like, it's okay to do this. Like it was like forbidden.
Real rap.
I could really still rap like this and be at whatever age. And then so now as I start digging, I'm like, oh wow, like starting to see my favorite artists come back. Like so with them.
It's true. Like we resurged because I think we kind of had to come back and claim it.
We had
you know what I mean? Like I think it was getting a little bit out of control, and I'm really glad like artists like Nas is still here doing what he does. Busta's still here doing what he does. Fab still doing what he does. You know what I mean? Certain things. So I think it's important for us to kind of set like the boundary. Like that's why I call myself the guardian of the gate. Because what the gate is the hip hop community. That line.
Right.
So I guard that. Between that pop culture and hip hop culture.
Got you.
I'm the guardian of the hip hop culture.
I feel you on that one.
I feel you on that one. Yeah. So it's important for individuals like us to do this.
That's a fact.
And still continue to put out art.
There you
because
go.
Understand, like hip hop is the only art form where you have the age limit plays like such a
I don't understand.
And when it's really like when you look at rock stars,
they don't do that.
70 years old, them dudes
he can't even hold the guitar. He's shaking.
Still
and they still would have.
Look at Ozzy Osbourne.
Come on,
Half
man.
dead, still touring.
And still touring.
Like, you know what I mean?
Bite the bat's head off. He's 80. Like he's gonna.
So it's kind of like we're the only ones that put this age limit on our art. When it's just like sometimes you're really at your peak when you're older because you're able to make a more mature art and actually like diversify the art.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
No, they said that and as the more that we're learning, it makes more sense. They're saying like they're picking the young people because they're young.
Right. Because they don't know no better.
They don't know
and
no
they're
better.
willing to do all the things that now that they'll regret later when they get older. And now they won't see the mistakes of the ways.
The older rapper will say, oh, now wait a minute, hold on, let me read this. Now I need this. They got stuff. They got stipulations. They're like, we don't want all this.
That's exactly why a lot of artists get signed. Like when you're out here thinking like, oh, y'all better than your older contemporaries. It's like, no, they're signing you because they can take advantage of you. And you're gonna wind up broke probably in the end. After all those millions, you're gonna misappropriate money and do all the stuff, and then where you at?
Right. Here's my thing. I just don't understand like with the whole old thing, right? Because I was telling a younger artist, I said, I noticed that a lot of rappers kind of pop because they mess with an older rapper. Like the older guy can walk into the building. I said, I don't care how broke he is. He can have holes in his socks. You can meet him on the corner begging for change. He can say, I'm MC blah 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 from '89, and you're like, but MC blah 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 from '89 with the hole in his sock, he put on a decent shirt and get his mind right, can walk into a building and walk you in there and say, this is my artist.
Cosign.
You understand what I'm saying? And they'll go with what he's, because they believe in what he does.
And a lot of deals are happening a lot of times not because of the young guy.
Because of the older guys.
Because of the OG that's co-signing him.
Busta Rhymes, I think he helped Pop Smoke. And now,
even with Fabio Foreman, like Mace was the one.
Mace was okay. I'm about to say that too.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like these guys are thinking that they're just running out, doing all these million streams, and going. You can't walk in and negotiate your deal.
Nah, you gotta have somebody that's.
You're not savvy in that regard.
I'm about to take the words out of my mouth. You have somebody that's industry savvy to really go in there and talk for you.
You know, and that's another thing. Like cats don't understand. Like having a spokesperson is critical. Because a lot of times as an artist, when you step into meetings, you're not willing to hear the critical points that's going to be made against you. Right. You're gonna feel your pride going to get hurt, your ego going to get hurt. Right. But you don't understand, like, this is a business.
There you go.
Like, a lot of artists come to me all the time, like, yo, Ev, help me do this, help me do that, or I'm all this and I'm all that. But I'm like, yeah, but you want me to work for you, but how do you even have a business plan? Do you even know how
You want to market yourself or what you're trying to do?
But not even just that. How can you compensate me for my time?
Oh, that's the main thing.
They never ever think about. They just look at it like I want to be a star. I want to be something. I be
rich. I need somebody to push me.
But if I did everything for you,
what you gonna give me?
Everything, put you in place. As soon as you got your bag, you wouldn't even want to split it.
Nah,
with
you're
me.
not gonna give me
nothing.
nothing.
You want to split it with me.
You want to get rid of me.
And you've been trying to make up excuses why I didn't do this or you didn't do that. Or
right.
So it's a lot of misconceptions about management when it's time to have management or how to actually take care of your manager, because your manager is one of the most critical team players you have, and a lot of times it's the work that they do that puts you consistent, because they want to get high, they want to party, they want to be artists.
If they're doing the right work, because what I start to notice about, I was saying this on my show, because I guess I give a lot of information on my show, and when I was telling a lot of artists what they really get confused about, especially I'm sorry to say in my capital region, is they think the manager's supposed to say, put this song out. Don't put that song out. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. You should do this music. Knowing that that's not the manager's job.
Right.
His job is to do something like I was talking to you about earlier, like call every day and contact him and see if I can get on his show.
Right.
Contact the concert people. I see there's a spot there. I know I could fit. Talk. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be honest. It's easier to get to me if you have a representative get to me than even the artist, because the artists will flood me up all day. Oh, I'm this, I'm that, and they over talking themselves.
Right.
They doing too much. If you approach me humbly, it's more likely you're gonna get further.
Right.
If you're like, listen, this is what I'm trying to do right now, respectfully, But they be like super.
I'm the greatest fan. You know what you're doing.
You don't got no artist like as good as me. I got the best bars. Trust me, fam. Like, I work with one of the greatest lyricists of all time, Black Rob, Bad Boy Entertainment.
Right.
10 million records. So
you're not really telling me nothing.
Not talk. I write. I understand lyrics. Like, so it's a lot of times they don't realize like having that proper representation, who knows how to go about reaching out, will get you a lot further. You need a representative.
That's
right.
I mean?
So that's important. And speaking of which, you need some type of representation. What's going on with you with your emails and your last minute photographs?
I'll keep it real with you, man. I really do have management, but I just couldn't get to her so she can get to you. So I just had to do it all myself. You know what I'm
clearly.
saying? So it gets like that, but it's definitely needed.
We'll talk off the record, bro. I have some suggestions.
Okay, that's what's up.
So let's talk. Let's get a little bit more like I want to talk about, because I seen something in your bio about Mr. T and Emmanuel Lewis Webster. How did you meet these people? Like, how did that come into play?
So,
I paid a fool.
Yeah, So once again, we're talking about the '80s.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When these two people were very prominent and they were popping, and I don't know. I really can't explain. I just attract attention. That's the only way I could put it. And I always because I always look like the thing that's going on. You feel me? Yes. So from right now to Lil Wayne and back then to Webster, whatever was going on, I happen to remind people of that thing.
Yes. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe, right?
You're vibrating.
So my mom's holding me, they going, oh, look at Webster. You feel me? That's what Emmanuel Lewis is.
Right.
So I was always getting that vibe. So now we're at Rockefeller Center, right? And they were coming there, right? And sure enough, Mr. T's walking past. He looked okay. I couldn't get no. There wasn't like if we have pictures. If they have cameras and pictures, we could have did that. But I caught his attention first, and then Emmanuel Lewis. Somebody was holding Emmanuel Lewis. He saw me, and then when he went to the window, I waved, and he waved back at me. He was like, giving me some attention or whatever the case may be.
Doing the most, like
doing the most. Not knowing he's like 12.
Right.
I'm literally like 7.
Look. He's looking forward, but he's 12.
Right, he's 12. I probably was like 4 or 5. Okay. I was very young, and he was a grown up. So, but I got his attention. I waved at him. He waved back at me. Yeah, he did. He was no. Guess not.
Right.
But I caught their attention. And I caught the attention of some people and stuff like that. They wanted to send me an autograph. My mother sent it out. I caught their attention. I just know I just caught their attention. Right. I couldn't tell you the whole full story.
Right.
But I just know I caught their attention. There was a lot of stuff going on at the time, and I just
Another thing I want to touch on is it says that you started off recording your voice.
Right.
Like you knew you wanted to be an orator back then, huh?
You know, it's so crazy. Like I never knew what I was really doing. When I always saw a recorder, I would hit the 2 buttons. I would just record and I just start talking. And I don't know, whatever's in the room, whatever's going on, I'm just talking about it, and I used to just go. And I used to always do it. It'd be tapes and tapes of me just talking. And then my uncle kind of one day, I know I said to my uncle, he had a voice recorder, so he gave me the voice recorder. I pressed record, and he allowed me to play with his DJ equipment. So now I got the equipment. He puts on the echo. I can hear myself. Yeah. So now I'm talking. I'm looking at Michael Jackson's picture. It was over. And then it was just something that I did gradually as a kid. Like I always recorded my voice, and no matter what it was, just recorded my voice. You know what I mean? And I was like my introduction to like radio and messing around with my voice and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's lit. Yeah. So let's fast forward now to you. You know, you left the Bronx. Now, who was it? Moms came up to Albany?
No.
So you came up on your own?
On my own.
So what made you say I'm moving to Albany?
All the wrong reasons. Okay. I just say
it happens.
All the wrong reasons.
You know.
No. You know what? I keep it real. All the wrong reasons for all the wrong things for all the right reasons. I'll say that. I came up here to really get some music equipment money.
Okay.
Let's say that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the mission was to get the money and go home and buy all this equipment because we got tired of trying to go to the studios. Studios weren't easy to go to in the city. You have to get a block. You gotta know somebody. It was a lot of stuff.
And it was expensive.
It was very expensive. So we're like, after going to like the Rebel INS, I hope I'm saying this, I always get them right, but the Rebel INS from Wu-Tang Clan, which do beats with RZA. I'm after going to his house and seeing what he had. After meeting my man Ricochet in Staten Island, I was like, we got to buy some of these things. Like I'm coming somewhere where I get $1. I could buy this equipment. Let me just collect this one last round, and I'm gonna just buy music, and we just gonna do this music, and I'm here. I sit in front of you.
So when you got here, because you definitely you know we gonna get into the details of everything. Right. You know. But when you got here, you started your own label.
Yes, I did. Money over everything.
So what were you thinking? Like, okay, I'm gonna do this label, and then what?
Okay, so like I said, to rewind and go forward, like I said, once again, my mentor is Greg Nice from Nice and Smooth. You know what I'm saying? So he taught me about the music game within almost 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? 3-hour conversation, opening my mind to a whole nother thing. So by the time that was 96. By the time it was like 97, 98, I'm like, I need my own label. I don't want to sign to nobody.
Right.
This is 97. I'm saying I don't want to sign to nobody. I think I should sign artists and have artists and rap. I could be. I'm young enough to still rap, and smart enough to try to put an artist on. That's how I thought. Yeah. So by the time I got here, because in the city it's so much chaos. It's hard to try to. How can I start a label? Nobody's telling you that. No. But by the time I got upstate New York, with his paperwork, with his people that talk to you, and the things you're saying, they can say, "Oh yeah, no, go left."
That's the one thing about being up here. It slows you down a little bit more.
But so you'll be independent, though, man.
Right. You can focus more. Like in New York, you're running around with like a rabbit with no head, and you're trying to keep up with the Joneses. Right. Because it's very difficult to not want what other people have. When you're looking at all 18 years old, he's driving a BMW.
Right. No, I'm telling you.
Every Jordan on. And it's like you go to all these things. So you start looking at yourself, trying to place your own value. Like, why don't I have these things? What's wrong with me? Not realizing like there's consequences.
Right.
To and things that like that same dude will be dead in 3 years.
Right, there you go. Talk about it. You know
what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
So a lot of times it's like fool's gold. New York has a lot of fool's gold. A lot of fool's gold. And people get caught up chasing the wrong things. And then you out of here.
That's it.
Or anything you gain, you lose just as quickly when the RICO comes down.
That's a fact.
So it's just like, so it's a lot of like, so what even for me moving up here, it allowed me to really focus and kind of like prioritize like structuring and setting up the business and being methodical, because I couldn't do business down there. No matter what I thought I was doing. I was doing a lot of running around all over the place, but I couldn't really run a business. I didn't even start my first LLC until I was up here.
He was up here, right? I didn't know too much about a DBA until I came here.
Right.
And then probably been told about it, but thinking it's a million miles away from getting something like that. LLC, I'll never be able to get that. That's, that's business?
Yeah,
a business of my own? Yeah. And then you get here and find, what?
And then, not only that, I set up a corporation literally in 2 hours.
See?
And I went to everything I needed to go through and like 45 minutes in Rensselaer County.
See what I'm saying?
That would have took me a month in New York.
I'm telling
I would have stood online for a week, got to the front desk, had the wrong paperwork. She would have told me to come back the next day.
Right.
I would have came back the next day,
Instead
stood in
of
line again.
again.
At that point in time, she would inform me that I needed one more thing that she didn't tell me last week. I'd have been mad at her for not telling me. Then she would have recognized me the next week. Then went on lunch.
All horsed around, right? All horsed around. So now I don't even want to do it no more.
Right. So it literally would take you weeks and weeks to do what you could do literally in like 45 minutes in a capital district from going to different offices where there's nobody there. They happy to see you because you're the only one to open an LLC this week.
Like really? You coming up here to do a business?
It's like going to take your driver's test in Yonkers instead of in Manhattan or Harlem. I never took my driver's test in Harlem. I went to Yonkers.
Wow. A lot of space to drive out there and quick and fast.
Quick.
Right. In and out. Right.
Harlem is like, it'll be a week before you get to the counter.
Right. You gotta make an appointment.
Your number 575
you gotta make an appointment
just to ask a question. Right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So I understand, like, you know, the power move up here and really getting your thing going. But so let's dive into the artist side of you. What was like, or what is your creative process? And also, first of all, let me ask two questions here. Do you consider yourself having a style? And if so, how would you describe your style? Let's start there.
Oh man, do I have a style? It always depends on how I'm feeling. So different style for different stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm more of like a gritty bar story guy. If anything, if I want to. Stories of my thing. I'm, like I said, the Cool G Raps, the Slick Ricks, you know what I'm saying? The Nas's, you know what I mean? The Prodigies. Even if I can go for like Schoolie D's, the guys that told us the stories was the Biggies.
We're missing that now.
People don't really tell too many. People just rap at you. Right. You know what I mean? Right. People don't tell you a story. You know what I mean? Right. From A to B.
Like that's why I think Jordan Lucas is such a great artist. Because he has some powerful stories. Like that song he had about the boy that's not, remember the son that's not his? That's somebody else's? Right. And Happy Birthday or whatever it was?
Right, no, that was powerful. And people don't tell, I don't think people tell enough stories anymore. And when people do tell stories, people are always tied into them. Even when the young guys, when Meek was doing it, when a couple of other rappers were doing, they was doing the story thing. People were locked into that. Right. People like a good story.
Yeah, for sure. That's what made Eminem as big as he is. When he did the Stand record,
you understand what I'm saying?
That took him to 10 mil. That one record took him to 10 mil.
Because you can vision that whole thing. Yeah, so you know, my thing is so like I said, when it comes to my style, I'm just like I don't know. Sometimes I feel like ODB. I'm fatherless, man. You really can't.
I mean, that's a style too.
Yeah,
fatherless style.
You know what I mean?
You're a bastard to your style.
Yeah, I'm a bastard to my style. You know what I mean? But it's just more like right now, like for the new projects, I put it like this. To be honest with you, more of the new music I'm working on now is more. It is more gritty. It's more grimy. It's more detailed. It's a lot of streets. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been an artist for a while, you know what I'm saying? And I knew how to be a real artist. Right. Like I knew how to, like I was saying earlier, like I've done records where there's no cursing. Right. You know what I mean? I've done records.
I've yet to hear any.
No, I wish I would have sent it to you. I had the package for you. I'm telling you.
Instead of me having to do extra work.
Yeah, no, that stuff, and that's what always was so crazy. Like, let me show you the new. I put it like this: the new King Bumpeveli as an artist is more like effort. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He's more careless.
Yes.
The old Bump was more clean record, organized, song, structure, the bridge. New Bump is like, man, look, I'm just gonna rap crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm working on some stuff like that too, because it's like you're doing too much for the audience that you're putting to.
Right.
Like I'm too lyrical, so now I gotta dumb down a little bit, unfortunately. And like I'm gonna give y'all 20 bars of chorus.
Right.
2 lines and 20 bars of a chorus.
Right. And I think
24 bars.
I just got tired of the structure, and then it was like. Music for me is therapy. Yes. You know what I'm saying? It's always been my therapy. That's one reason I really started doing music, because I had no problem with expressing myself, but sometimes I overexpress myself and you miss what I'm saying.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And the only way I can express myself properly was to write it. You know what I mean? I never had a problem with writing. Right. I always wrote and I always could express myself that way. So with writing my earlier music, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I was hiding. You know what I'm saying? There was stuff I was hiding. And after my last vacation,
right.
I didn't have to hide no more. I felt like I'm older. I don't have to hide. Even though I don't like what they're doing with the music now, like trying to take what the artist is saying and using it against them. Even though I'm not gonna lie to you on that end too. Like when I listen to that, I'm like, you clearly just said. Like they'd be like, oh, free him, and I was like, yeah, man, free him. They can't use the music against him. He was like, yeah, you know, I shot Johnny in the face. I'm like, oh, well, you shot Johnny in the face.
Right.
Then you got the footage.
Right.
Then you went on, you know, Instagram and you went and showed the gun with Johnny.
Yeah.
And, you know,
and now you're doing 25.
Yeah, doing 25. So I ain't doing nothing. So, you know,
snitching on yourself.
Yeah, right. But at the same time, for me, it's more of it's like I can finally say what I really saw. I can finally say what I was doing because I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're not incriminating yourself.
I'm not incriminating myself.
Really,
I know that I'm not in like
statute of limitations is gone.
Right. So I'm like, now I can tell these stories freely. So my music has changed. It is more cursy. It is more hustly. I put like, you know what I'm saying? Because of I'm freeing myself.
I mean, world's strongest hustler. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? But mine is, and it's only a level. Because it's not going to stay that way. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Eventually I'm going to go back to being the artist. You know what I mean? But I have to tell my story. And I need people to understand it from the beginning to where it's at now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the only way I can do that the right way other than podcasting and talking is through the music. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's just really
I understand, because for me everything is about legacy right now.
Right.
You know, about what I want to leave to the people when I'm gone. So this is like my messages to the
there
people.
You go.
And I have a new project coming out, by the way.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I hear you keep plugging it. I hear this guy's coming back. I'm coming
with something very special that's going to make people scratch their head. Like we never saw this coming. I'm gonna just say one thing: crossing the Rubicon. And I'll leave it at that.
Talk your mess.
I'll leave it at that.
Horse them around.
You know what I'm saying? So what is your creative process like? Do you get your do you write just for the sake of writing and then try to find music, or are you getting beats and then writing to your beats? Are you rolling up? Yeah, are you
definitely rolling up? No matter which one you said, rolling up is in the process of that. So without the beat, I'm just playing. But I usually write to the beats. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really wrote without beats unless, like I said, I have to be somewhere where something comes to me and I just feel it and I write it. But most of the time it's to a beat. I'm a late night guy. You know what I mean? I like to be up like 3 o'clock in the morning writing. That's my best time.
Which is crazy because you get up early.
I get up and then
doing your podcast early.
So this is what I try to tell people. People don't understand. I would get up at 3. Once again, I have my podcast, right? I have my Bang Bang TV page. So I have to get up, see what's going on in music, right? So that means if something new is going on, I have to get up, post that on my Bang Bang TV page, post 4 or 5 things on my Bang Bang TV page. After I've done that, probably for like 20 minutes and probably a half an hour sitting, now I'm up. So now I'm rolling up and I'm putting on music, and that's 2 hours of bed. I won't probably go to bed till 6 o'clock. Sleep at 6.
Oh, so you get your stuff done before you even.
Before I even get to it, by the time it's 7, 8 o'clock, 9:45, I'm on talking to y'all for hours.
Which is crazy.
And then
considering
the rest
that
of my
you
day,
going to bed.
Right, and then still doing stuff after I get off the live. Now going to do the podcast or do the thing or doing that, and then still doing real life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's just
and that's actually like, you know, one of my questions actually was, how are you able to balance being a digital creator and also
doing music?
your life.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying?
So
like
it's all tied in, baby. If you watched my show, like I have my daughter, you know what I'm saying? I'll be doing my show. I'll still be telling y'all information on the entertainment game, all that, while serving pancakes to my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll see me still conducting regular house hosts. My company comes by.
I think that's what makes it. That's what makes it so interesting. Like I've even seen you literally be on live and somebody. the 420 man roll up.
Right. There
and you
go.
go outside. Now the 420 man is online with you.
What's up, Tim? What's up to everybody? All right, see you later.
You're like the hood Mr. Rogers.
There you go. That's my favorite stuff. That's
come on,
my
boys
stuff,
and girls.
All right, boys and girls.
420 man just
right.
We're gonna walk outside.
Everybody say hello to the 4. Let's say 420, guys.
Can you say 420?
Good morning. This is the guy, the 420 man. Hi, 420 man.
Yeah. So now that's what's cool, man. I think that's what also makes people gravitate to it because it's very personable in that way.
Right.
It's not forced.
No, and
you know what I mean?
And like I said, and just like I said, the fast forward, like I said, the show is on Facebook every morning, 9:45. Sometimes I'm late. I'm fashionably late. They know I'm the most professional podcast there is.
You're very unprofessionally professional.
Yes, I am. But what I make sure is that when you get on there, the thing is like, I watch a lot of people's lives, right? And it's usually, who's better? Who's the best? This song is trash and all this other craziness, which always to me causes that same thing you say about the competition thing, right? But when you come into my room, on Facebook, I greet you. Oh, shit, Mr. Everyday. Oh, snap, Mr. Everyday, hit the button. Oh, snap, Mr. Everyday, you know what I'm saying? I said snap. Oh,
I had to make sure.
Right.
I had to make sure.
Yeah, oh, gosh. Golly,
geez.
Mr. Everyday. But like, Mr. Everyday is on here, and then I tell you, he does radio. I tell you everything he does. You might not have known that. You see his name, I seen his name before, and then I break down who you are. Somebody else comes in. Hey, that's my guy.
No, no, it's true what you're saying because
I give you the whole background bio of artists.
I wound up getting on Beast's podcast because of you.
Because of me.
Because he was so intrigued by our episode that he was like, yo, I gotta have this brother on my episode.
There you go.
And then not only that, I met Quaalude off of your
there
joint.
You go.
You know what I'm saying? So it'd be a lot of people that be tapping into me. You know what I mean?
Because of the show.
Because you're including everyone. You're not making people feel alienated or like, oh, this is too exclusive for me or these dudes.
It's a low key network show.
Yeah, right. And that's what's good about it.
It's a low key network show.
So I want to ask you, what do you see as the greatest challenges as an artist?
Being an artist? Man, I mean, listen, keep 100 with you, man. Money and time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Money and time. No matter how hard you go, and only because I can see it, because like I said, once again, I had a teacher who taught me, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not like, I don't get the frustrations that a lot of artists get, because I get it.
Right.
You need money and you need time. You know what I'm saying? You could be the greatest rapper, you could be better than 1,000 rappers, but if that guy has the bag, he's gonna go before you.
I like the fact that you said money and time, because sometimes you have the bag but don't have the time.
Don't have the time to do it.
Or you have the time but you don't have the bag.
But you don't have the bag.
You know?
So you have to balance it out.
It's a balancing thing. And honestly, if I was gonna give any advice, I would say try to lower your overhead. If you can lower your expenses and your overhead, you know what I mean, then you could free up capital to invest into the right things.
People think that you got to take a button, like you need the Lambo or the big thing or these industry people. You think they're trying to spend the cheapest. You think they want to spend that money? They're gonna get the broken.
They got the hoopty outside, low key grinding with that. And then when they need to come to an event, then they rent something for the day. You got that car note every month, and it's killing you.
Looking crazy.
And it's going to get repoed second year in.
And I said I've been the rap guy. I've been the guy with the jewelry on and the money in front of the rapper. And you see the rap, and you thinking, but then you going, no, wait a minute, he's smart. Because it could be vice versa. Like, now you understand why the guys get robbed, because they be doing too much. Things happen, showing too much for no reason.
To the wolves. And you don't even know what you're around.
And then like I said, I was around Uncle Murder, I had jewelry on, a lot of money, and I felt glasses on, and I just felt like I had the whole rapper starter kit in front of this guy. I really did. I took my glasses off, took my chain in, I put my sleeves up. I was like, no. I don't want you to think this will come I'm one of these guys.
Because now you got to keep up that look.
You got to keep up that stuff, man. It's like wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
So now that we're talking about like the rap game, what do you feel about the current rap scene?
Let me break something down. Like I said, I preach this to my fan base and my listeners and my bang bangers and my podcasters and all that. Is that you can choose what you want to listen to now. You know what I'm saying? You don't really have to. People be like I think most people would answer like, yo, drill is the one. Nah, I listen to so much other music. I haven't listened to drill at all. I don't know who know. Like it's like I'm an old guy. Like you'll say certain things and I'd be like, I don't know what that is. You don't know. Like my guy right here, he was asking me about somebody. I was like, I didn't know who. The only reason I know because I've been following. Right. And I heard about this guy. He's like, you don't know who that is? I really don't know. I don't follow that. I might follow comedy as far as Instagram comedians, but I might not follow that younger person. I might follow an older, you know what I'm saying, a guy, you know what I'm saying, that does comedy. I might follow older rappers. So when you ask me about the current state, I couldn't tell you about anything but so current because I'm not paying attention to everything that's but so current.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying?
Understood. I'm the same way. I'm kind of, not everything has my ears just kind of like, it's cookie cutter. Like it's not substantial. It's like I'm used to like soul food.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Something
and like,
rich.
A lot of this stuff is just McDonald's.
I'm sorry, can I
Chinese.
Am I allowed to say the radio really let me down? I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Radio's let me down.
Yeah, once it became a thing where you literally like where everybody's just paying
5 songs.
Yeah, bro.
7 songs.
Like I mean, you might as well call it Drake Radio at this point.
No, yeah,
Drake
it's a fact.
Radio.
Or
like
right
Hot
now,
90 Drake.
No, yeah, or
Power 10.
Or ladies. I call it ladies first radio because I heard a lot of ladies on the radio of lately, and it was 5 records. The same record and the same exact. So
and if you go to another station at the exact same time,
same records,
that same song that you was just listening to is just ending.
I don't understand what happened. I don't know what happened.
And it's like I get that y'all want your money and y'all gonna allow people to quote unquote pay, even though you're not supposed to pay. We know it still is happening, but the integrity of the art form, like you're literally ruining,
destroying it.
You're destroying what made it what it's supposed to be.
Right.
And eventually, nobody's even gonna care.
I think to the point that nobody really cares.
Right.
They don't really care. I mean, I think people deal with certain brands because of the brands and the name they recognize.
Right.
You know, this one and that one and this one or whatever the case may be, because we know these brands. Right. But those brands happen to disappear. I don't think nothing would be lost.
So that leads me to this: if you could collaborate with any artist right now, who would it be? Right now.
Doing music with?
Yeah.
I like 38 Special.
Okay.
I like
38's official.
38 Special.
38's official. Okay. With the climate of artists being killed, like, you know, we have Pop Smoke, rest in peace, and just numerous artists just getting taken out of here. Does that affect the type of songs you create? Do you go into making your music thinking like maybe this is too much, or maybe this is a different type of energy that I don't want?
Because I know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And I know how to say it. Because like I said, being from the era of the 90s, once again, the one thing about it was you did have to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't say stuff that you weren't doing. And people do say people do it now, and they do, but I know how to word it the right way. I know how to say, I want a Porsche.
Right.
If I had the Porsche.
Right.
I know how to say that.
I got 4 Porsches.
It's just say I got 4 Porsches.
75 chains.
Yeah, right. No, I can't. I'm not gonna do that.
Pitbull from Tijuana.
Nah, I can't say. I only can say it if I know I've actually done it. I'm not gonna say all these weird things.
Right.
That I just can't. My integrity will not allow me to do it.
Right.
I tried. I've tried to be like, I'm in the. And it just don't.
I can't.
My hand just starts shaking.
My brain, I start having an aneurysm. If I start.
Like,
I would literally, if I dropped dead, they'd be like, wait a minute, he's too young to be dropped.
What happened?
He was trying to write some
He was trying to put Bentley in it and just couldn't. He tried. He put it and it died.
Because the crazy thing is, even if I had a Bentley, I wouldn't even talk about it.
I say that too. I
might show it in a video.
Right. Once you have
it. Yeah, you went to
the belly. Right. Nah, I don't mind saying if I have or when I get it. I don't mind putting that down. But then other things around it. You know, if I'm saying, so my thing is, if I say it, unless I'm like slick talking to something, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
So being an OG, if you could change anything about the industry, one thing, what would it be? Literally.
Make sure the artists are paid. Make sure the artists are paid.
That's an egregious thing that's going on right now, especially with the streaming.
Make sure they get their money, get their right, get everything they're supposed to get. I mean, I don't know. I can't say I don't know why. You know what? I'm not going to say I don't know why, because I've seen it from both ends. I've seen it from the artist end, and I've seen it from the label end. And just like we say in the streets, you know, the cops got a job, you know, when you outside doing wrong, the label and the rappers have jobs as well. Label has a job to do certain things. Artist has a job to do certain things. I'm just saying, I got 9 guys on the label, right? And I'm paying on 9 guys, right? No, I got 9 guys on the label. I'm paying 5 guys because the other guys just don't see something. They didn't catch it. They really ain't seeing it. And I'm going, man, this money just staring at me, man, and they just don't really. And you start picking at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think the labels always want to try to do you dirty, but I think it's just a reason, you know what I'm saying, why they have to do some of the things that they have to do.
So let's change directions a little bit. Let's talk about social media. Right. Now, do you think social media has made it easier or harder to really connect with their fans?
Wait, go ahead.
Now, the reason why I say harder is because there's a difference between like fake connection and real connection. So speak on it.
I don't. I'm not really too familiar with the fake part. I just know how to do things organically with online, and like I said, it makes it super. I can talk to someone right now in England now.
It's almost made long distance phone calls obsolete.
What I need that for.
Right.
And then mind you, like I said, it's like, and then to do a long distance call, you still got to know somebody and know who you're calling and know who you're calling.
Right.
Here it's like I could be on this thing and someone from a whole other country be like, I like that. I like you. I like what you're doing.
Conversations,
I like what you're
DMs, whole conversations, everything, and FaceTime you.
I have somebody who's been following me since 2009 on a whole nother platform that had nothing to do with Facebook or Instagram or none of that stuff. And they followed me from this platform all the way through MySpace, all the way through Facebook.
Yeah, I had those situations.
I call him my brother.
I had those situations.
He see me bald-headed. He watched when I had the kids. When I had the babies.
I know somebody that's known me ever since MySpace.
You know what I'm saying?
To Facebook, to Gram, all of it.
Where he didn't have children, when he has children now, he's playing the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Bub, I put my daughter on to your music. He's in England. It's like I call him my brother. You know what I mean? Really, I call him my brother. Shout out to James Blanford. That's my brother. But he's followed me ever since. He spent $100 on music, fam. Like, he spent $100 on my mixtape. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
real.
It's like, wow. You know what I mean? So social media helps. If you use it the right way. It's about how you use it. That's where I'm at with it. It's how you use it. I've gotten in trouble for social media. I went to jail because of social media. Not out there doing too much. Right. But then at the same time, once I understood what to do and how to do it, it's a beautiful thing, man. You just have to be consistent.
So you see a lot of people like with Spotify, like Spotify's a real big thing now, obviously all the platforms, but Spotify in particular, and streaming has become like a really, really big thing. But what's starting to happen is that you're seeing more
horsing around with the numbers,
quantity
playing
over
with
quality,
playing with the stuff.
Right, yeah, among other things. But what do you feel it's important that the quality is more important or the quality? So in other words, like you see people dropping every month, dropping records. But they like say for instance, even let's use NBA YoungBoy, who dropped like 26 albums in 26 weeks or whatever he was doing.
Did he do that?
Like he was it was something to that effect, like where he was literally dropping albums like a week. Like if you go look at NBA YoungBoy's catalog, it's got to be bigger than anyone's catalog I've ever seen.
Really?
Because I think every single song he makes is a song.
When I ask people,
so in other words, like if we just like right now at the rate that he's going. It's almost like if we went into the studio and me and you just bust out 10 songs, we did an album today. Put it out.
Yeah, no, that's how. No,
that's what I feel is happening right now.
That's the fact.
How do you feel about that?
I think it's smart. So first, people was always saying, no, put the one song and move the one song. That's really not how fans work. We don't even work like that now. If I hear a song, I say, well, I like that. That's fire, right? Let me see the video, right?
Right.
I go watch the video. That was good. I want another video.
Right.
So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go continue to scroll through the man's page and watch his videos. I'm gonna watch his videos till I get to day one.
Right.
Wherever he started, when he had no hair, he had a fade, no beard, or some stuff. You know what I mean?
You gotta build a catalog.
You have to build a catalog so the people can enjoy what you have.
It's no longer like back in the day where like you could drop one album and then wait 2-3 years to drop another classic album. You'd be done forgotten.
Yeah, because we didn't have as much social media and all that stuff. So they had the space. In the 90s, you had the space to do all that. You had to go out and
really live it and go through stuff.
No, Nas really took 3 years off of one album, right? Was it 3 years?
Right.
And came back with a second album.
But now he's dropping.
He has to because he knows that he can't do that. And if you want the spot, he's smart though.
Right.
Shout out to my guy Nas.
Yes, Nas.
You want your kingdom spot, right? You want to stay the king. You have to do that. He had to do that.
He did.
If I really want, if the little Eternal, I still think him and Jay be doing a little Eternal War. But if we want to play the Eternal War, you want to win that? Nas had to do that 3 times for him to claim his kingdom spot as a rapper and king. He had to do that. So I say all that to say, drop it consistently. I think it's very good because it keeps the fans. Like you put an album out, I listen to it. Ooh, that was good, man. That wow. I want to hear another one. You know what I mean? Maybe you got a different concept. You know what I mean on this one. Maybe you was singing more. Maybe you was trying some stuff that did you think didn't work. A new fan hears it. They like, I like this stuff. You know what I mean? Now you get to go back into your creative bag and create that stuff again. You know what I mean? So I just say that there's nothing wrong with dropping a lot of music or a lot of videos. I think that's very smart to do.
So do you think success in the music industry has become more about talent or just lucky?
Oh, that's a good one. It's definitely not about talent. I say that much. With the stuff we've seen that gotten passes and been famous, it's not really about talent. You know what I'm saying? It's more just about, I guess, just be about being interesting, man. If you could be interesting enough to hold the people's attention for longer,
for whatever that entails.
Yeah, then that's it. Because we've seen it come and we've seen it go. Where's Gotham at? Where's Gotham? What happened? Where he at? Where he at? That fast, right? We forgot about him, right? Gotham. Where he go? We ain't saying that no more. Remember, people still say it.
Right.
Every once in a while because it's in our vocabulary, but where's he at? Like, what happened? What happened to a homeboy that had the real big neck? He was looking crazy. He got arrested. He had the real crazy weird neck. What happened to him? Like, things come and things go. It fades in and fades out. Yeah.
So do you believe social media is essential for success in today's music industry?
Now it is. Definitely now. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, in order to if you could see an artist right now, if I say I want to be a manager, let me go to Instagram and I can find 5 or 6 or 7 artists right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Today. You know what I mean? Then when you know what they had to do back in the days, go in the street, go find some artist, go find a rapper, go to New York City, I heard there's some guys in Brooklyn, I heard there's some, go over there and look and just running around looking around for these artists. And now you just go, they can sit in their office and just find 20 artists, you know what I'm saying, and just go from there. So yeah, I think it's very important that for artists to have.
So would you say that video blogging has helped you gain more fans and exposure?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. Once like I said, I was doing the video blogging very early, and people weren't paying attention. They were, but they weren't paying attention. Once it really became a thing, it gained me way more attention than me just rapping. Once I did the video vlogging, they started watching. Everything else fell into play. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm doing the videos. They watching that. They watching me podcasts. Now they want to hear music. Now they want to see what I'm messing with. Now they want to, 420 with me. Now they want to do and see what's going on. Now they're interested in what I'm talking about because of the video stuff. You know what I mean? When I just came, I was like, yo, I'm a rapper. I got the joint. It's like, oh, but you know what? For me, it was I always talk. So I don't know. But I always explain so they can get a full understanding of me as an artist. But the video vlogging definitely helps 100%.
Yeah. So I'm going to go into this little segment called Would You Rather.
Sure.
All right. Would you rather perform at a small, intimate venue for diehard fans or a huge stadium for a massive audience?
No, I'd rather mess with my core fans.
Would you rather collaborate with an established artist who is outside of your genre or a rising star who shares your style of music?
At this point, a rising star. I would share my music.
Okay. Would you rather produce your own beats and instrumentation or work with a team of experienced producers?
I would have to do the team because I used to do beats. You know, I did the sampling thing and the drums and all that, but I don't have that much patience for it.
Right.
So I would do a team.
All right. Would you rather have a feature on an album by a well-known artist or have your own album reach the top of the charts by yourself?
if I can get to reach the top up by itself, I'd definitely do it by, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need the artist, man. I don't know why people think that doesn't always work. It is not like how it used to. Like 2000s, early 2000s and all that, that was work. Go get Kiss, go put them on. Now it's like they don't care.
You want to become Kiss. You want to become those people that people want to feature.
You want it's like get nice enough so we can feel like we could put him with Kiss, and then you go. Now I can
Kiss
be
will
with
be hollering
Kiss.
at you.
Right,
like, yo, bro, I need that
saying,
feature.
Right, I need that feature.
Right
put
now.
me on the joint.
Because that's how Drake is. Drake goes out seeking artists.
He looks for the artists and tries to get on it and get. And he tries to get on them why they're new.
And now, right, because then that keeps him relevant.
It
keeps him with the youth.
You
know what I'm saying? So he's smart. He's strategic. Really, is what it is.
Well, I say from a hip hop. I always got to talk about these Griselda guys. For the hip hop guys, what a lot of people not noticing is that a lot of our guys, our Busta Rhymes, our Jada Kisses, a lot of our guys went to the Griselda lane. Got on their albums, rapped, kind of still did their own original style, but rapped to these beats that they usually don't rhyme to. Mm-hmm. Kind of redeveloped their style, and then went back out on the mainstream tip and did a lot of the stuff that they're doing now. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing like Drake, but more of a hip hop thing. Like they go to Griselda, they get on their album. I heard Busta Rhymes on beats like I just could never really ever picture Busta Rhymes rhyming to these beats.
Right.
Or even rapping the way he's rapping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even Slick Rick went over there with the Griselda guys and did some stuff. So, I like the fact they did that. You know what I'm saying? And that there's a lane for them to...
What would you rather do? Release a full-length album right now, a series of singles, or an EP?
I like the EP thing. You know what I mean?
And why is that?
Because who am I? Not to be funny. Why am I giving you all these? Why am I giving you 23 songs? Why am I giving you 16 songs if you've never heard of me ever?
Right.
I didn't build you up. Like back in the days, like people.
Singles.
Yeah, people, and not even the singles. It would be like, this is how it would look. This is how it used to be back in the days for me in the 90s. Rapper comes out, he got a single, right? Gets on the radio, does a freestyle. Mixtapes are out, so he has a freestyle here. He got the single over here. Before he finally drops his album, one more freestyle on the radio, and then now I am built up these 2 months, 3 months for your album now. Mm-hmm. Especially if the last freestyle was fire. That freestyle was, let me hear that. The album will be crazy, bro. They don't do that anymore. They don't build it up. It's just, I'm out, I'm fire, here's me. And it's like,
there's no rollout.
There's no rollout anymore.
Like, yo, I'm dropping in 12 minutes tonight.
It's like, what? Why? Wait, who are you again? What's your name? Why?
Right.
Who?
Why are you even in the business? That's the problem that I have with the streaming platforms. It allowed people to get in that have no reason and have no anybody. So the integrity aspect,
is lost.
It's lost. It's not. It doesn't mean as much as it used to mean. To even be out. So now what you put out now becomes more of what separates you. from everybody else. Because the fact that you just put out, anybody can. So that's the only drawback, and especially even with hip hop, there's so many people that are making records that I just don't feel like it's like they're putting their demos out as real records. There should be some quality control. Spotify should be like,
you can't put that out.
No, this doesn't meet the criteria.
Now, I think because of other genres of music putting out music a certain way, because like I said, it gets weird. You'll have somebody that put out an album a certain way, and they'll be like, this is the most genius album. He put it out all raw. The mess ups and everything. This is amazing. And then now you think they've started some new wave of music. You know what I'm trying to say? So music is just so weird. So that's why everybody gets these weird chances like that, because it seems like anything that you thought wouldn't get a pass can get a pass in music now. You know what I'm saying? But to answer your question though, I really like the EP stuff to build it up, to say, oh, you want a full project? I gotcha. You know what I mean? But here's these EPs of different kinds of stuff. I mean, two EPs is an album.
Right.
If I drop the same month, you just got an album for me, basically.
That's
you know what I'm saying? So
I want to get this last segment off. It's called. Let me turn this down. It's called This or That.
Okay, let's go.
So
this or that.
So it's either this or that.
Let's go.
Kanye or Drake?
Is there like a in between? Like
Nah, there's no in between. One or the other.
I guess I'll go Ye.
Okay. Pac or Big?
Why you acting like that, man?
You know it.
I have to pick?
Yeah, you gotta pick, bro. I'm sorry. My condolences.
Damn. I'm going Pac.
Okay. We could expound on that, but I like the answer, so I'm gonna just keep moving.
Okay.
MJ or Prince?
Wow, you acting crazy up here. This guy's acting crazy.
This guy's a savage.
Hey, wow.
I had no idea.
Wow, that's hard.
Yeah.
MJ or Prince?
Yeah. Juice.
Why you acting like that?
Yeah.
MJ?
Usually, there's no wrong answer.
I know this, but I feel bad. I don't usually do that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You're not wrong. You never wrong.
No, of course not.
And I love Prince because that's like 1A and 1B.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling you. It's like 1-2. Like the guys you ask me like 1-2, 1-2. You know what I mean?
There's a whole story about MJ and Prince.
I know.
I like that.
Prince is funny.
Yeah, he is.
Prince is funny.
Football or basketball?
Basketball.
Okay. Winter or summer?
Summer.
Hot coffee or tea?
Tea. I'm English. Tea.
Henny or Grey Goose?
Let's go Henny right now. Okay. I've been Henny for a couple of years.
More time or more money?
Ooh. More times. I can get more money.
That's right. That was my answer. Without the internet for a week or without your cell phone for a week?
I do internet.
Yeah, me too. If you had to lose your vision or your hearing, which one would you choose?
That's bad for the artist. You need both. I gotta hear the music and I gotta see what I'm writing. I don't know.
It's Braille, bro. It's Braille. You can learn how to write in Braille.
That's bad. Oh man. Oh, both of those are bad.
Trying to see how the introspective work thinks. How you think? Come on.
I guess my. Oh man.
Say it.
I guess my hearing.
So you say you choose your hearing to have your hearing, right? Or you want to see?
I'd rather see.
But then you can't hear your music.
I can't hear my music, but I can write what I see. But
you know what you're gonna sound like when you start trying to.
So you're right. Nah. But that's why I say God bless that I also write like books and do movies. So for me, sight.
I'll accept the answer. If you could go back in the past and meet your ancestors, or go to the future and meet your great grandchildren, which would you choose?
I would about going in the past.
Talk to the ancestors.
Yeah, find out what's going on, how we lined this up.
Yes, how do we get this?
Mine's is a special tree. I gotta figure out what's going on here.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Money or love?
Love.
Would you rather make a call or text?
Text.
If you had to choose between being wealthy and stable for life or doing your music and struggling, what would you choose? That's right.
Now I like money, fam. We're wealthy for life.
Wealthy for life.
We can figure it out when we got the money.
Lose all the money you earned this year, or lose all the memories you gained. So in other words,
I lose the money. I could always get the money back.
Okay, a long career of good music, or one record that's the biggest record of all time.
A long career of longevity is the key.
Being a podcast star or a hip hop star.
That's a messed up one, man. Because that's what I'm battling with in real life.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm battling with in real life. I don't really know how to answer that one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have to really I really have to go. I don't know, because it's really a real. It's a battle right now as we speak.
You know that.
Man.
You know that.
It's a battle.
But you still gotta answer that.
I'm podcasting.
Okay.
Podcasting.
I'm not mad at that at all. So listen, what's the end game for King Bumpeveli? Like in the next 5 years, like what would you like to be in the next 5 years?
Very successful. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be super duper rich or Drake level. I just want to be successful and known. You know what I mean? And respected for the work that I've done. You know what I mean? I really just want the respect of my peers.
Yes.
From podcasting to the music to whatever I do, I just want the respect of my peers. I want one of my peers to say, I know that guy. He's really good at what he does. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really the main thing. I'm not gonna say be a millionaire. I wouldn't mind being a 1,000 instead.
A thousand there.
Yeah, a big thousand there. I've been there before, but you know, I wouldn't mind being that. But respected is the main thing. That guy's good. You know what I mean? That's the main thing.
That's lit. So what I'm gonna do, man? I'm gonna end this set with King Bumpeveli, and this joint's called "The Evil That Men Do."
Evil That Men
and
we
gonna end it like that.
Produced by Hanzo Blade.
There you go. You already know.
World's Strongest Hustler, Bang Bang TV. I see you guys in the morning, 9:45 on Facebook. If you're bored, pull up, come you know, have a little 420 with me, laugh, joke, and enjoy the rest of your day after that. I'll see you later. Bye, guys.